The Make Your Mark Consultants Middle Managers Conference has become a staple on the Jamaican business calendar over the past 7 years. It's the brainchild of veteran manager Jacqueline Coke Lloyd.
We started this journey 7 years ago. It came out of what I would call one of my passions, just to see organizations and employees working together for the betterment of both the organization and your own personal lives. As our tagline suggests, your purpose or passion, and it's the purpose of the organization as well as your own personal purpose. And that's what we're all about. It's just trying to make it happen for both of you.
The two-day conference, which began on April 26, 2016, was oversubscribed. Mrs. Coke Lloyd says middle managers play an important role in the success of organizations in general.
The people who make it happen are you. And all the studies have shown that it's the middle manager that determines the success of an organization. And you need to understand how important you are in your, wherever you are, public sector, private sector. The Army will tell you that. It is the sergeant major who makes things happen. If he's not there, it doesn't matter whether you have a lieutenant colonel or a private or an officer. It's the sergeant major who makes things run. And you guys are that. Whether you're in a small organization or a large one, the middle person makes it happen because you are the buffer between the extreme top and the bottom. And they're expecting you to put in the policies, the procedures, you're visionaries in your own right, and you're going to carry out what it is that the policies of the board, but you're also going to be innovative in your own way. You're going to be motivating your staff to make it happen. You're going to be advising those at the top. So you are extremely important to your organization. And in that regard, these 2 days will look at your own personal development and your own professional development so that you will stay the course. You're expected to balance shareholder management along with employee and customer interest. The middle manager determines whether or not your organization fails. We've had a track record of having a conference giving the best value for money, practical and implementable solutions. We present international, regional, and local perspectives through our presenters who have a track record in business, academia, and of course, public sector leadership.
Maureen Hayden Cater, the Managing Director Designate of JN Bank, reflected on the meaning of the theme of the 2016 conference, quote, "Leaders in Management, Grow Your People, Product Potential," end quote.
The theme reflects a very true picture of what happens in successful companies and organizations. As in order to grow and expand, we have to first focus on our people, our employees. During my reflection on the theme for today, I was reminded of a truism by Simone Sinek, the popular TED Talk speaker and author, who often emphasized in his work that if you don't understand people, you don't understand business. But I also remembered, and I actually got up this morning and wrote it in my presentation, a phrase that I got on the cover of a training material I had maybe 20 years ago. And the phrase said, "Tools do not solve problems, people do." It is your people, ladies and gentlemen, who grow your business. Not only the profits you earn and reinvest, it is therefore necessary, beyond managing processes and budget and the day-to-day operations of your departments, that as middle managers, you see a major part of your obligation as a deliberate action to grow your people. Growing people means investing in them, not merely by providing financial resources for study and otherwise, but providing the right opportunities for them to improve themselves and to broaden their knowledge base and experiences. That, of course, in the end, will benefit them and your organization through ideas and actions that will improve and sell your product. It is almost impossible to invest in employees' development without first understanding who they are and what drives them. You must know their needs and their strengths. You must be observant and identify what their potentials are and strategize how best to hone those talents and use them. Managing people is no easy task. It takes leadership to drive people and grow them beyond what they believe they can achieve. And this reminds me of an occasion in a performance review I did with a young lady who had joined us for 3 months. And at the end, I said to her, "How was it for you?" She said, "You stretched me in areas I didn't know I have." I'm very proud of doing that. Today, she is a very senior manager elsewhere. It is therefore important as middle managers that you see yourself as leaders, not just managers working to achieve the quarterly targets, and as you must see yourself as influencers, coaches, mentors who inspire and create an environment for your employees to shine. You're not the only one who's supposed to shine. Your employees and the people who report to you should also shine.
Wysinka's Managing Director William Mafood, who is also President of the PSOJ, focused on the importance of people at all levels in business.
Wysinka's own mission statement is to improve the lives of our people, and that is not just the people who work with us, but the people in our community. As business owners, sometimes we get so focused on increasing our profit margins, on finding investors and growing our businesses, we sometimes forget that we also need to nurture these assets that keep our companies afloat. As a reminder, our employees provide inspiration, creativity, vision, and motivation that keeps an organization alive. They provide the skills and the competencies necessary to make the organization work. They provide the labor that produces the goods or supplies the services that an organization supplies. They are a major and often the most important resource that an organization has. Now, these are prepared remarks, so forgive me because they are not sometimes, but they are always the most important resource that an organization has. And in a market that is focused on innovation and customer service, as ours is, our people are the most important competitive edge that we have.
The new Minister of Labour and Social Security, Shahini Robinson, who was guest speaker at the Middle Managers Conference, highlighted labour market reform as part of the overall transformational process.
A Labour Market Reform Commission was established in order for the purposes of institutional strengthening of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security and to make it compatible with the needs of the various publics whom it seeks to serve. The Commission is tasked with the responsibility to make recommendations in 5 thematic areas, and they are education and training, productivity, technology and innovation, labor policies and legislation, social protection, and industrial relations. The Commission will seek to ensure that our labor market structures, regulations, policies, programs, and projects are all compatible with modern best practices in order to facilitate higher levels of efficiency, productivity, and economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that transformation of our labor force is critical to provide one that is productive and efficient, one that you as middle managers can work with in your business environments. And productivity is big at the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. There is a Jamaica Productivity Center there, and we're currently seeking to find a productivity czar who can really help to lead this charge. And William, you came to mind.
Of course, that was an allusion to William Mafood. This program congratulates Jacqueline Coke-Lloyd and her team as achievers in conceptualizing and actualizing a middle management conference, now a staple on the business landscape.